Hello, welcome to Sports Report, live from the studio.
We're not live, but we are in the studio.
Alrighty guys, well we're in the second round of the playoffs, but let's think about first week. Chapin ended up beating Southside 56-35, pretty dominant performance there. But Chapin faces off against a very good Wren team this week, 7-4, and they beat Lancaster 43-41 in a thriller last week. What are you guys thinking about the Chapin game?
Well, I think it will come down to the defense in this game. Wren, they're a very good team, but in all their games, they've either allowed 40 or more points or kept them to 20 points or below. So I feel as though it will come down to the defense, and I look specifically in the secondary. Nick Price will always have a good game. But whether Will Krosky or Justin Baker gets the start, they're going to have to step up big.
I'm going to look for our wide receivers to have a big game. Joe Flowers, he hasn't been having the same games that he's used to. Having 100-yard games early on in the season. He's been kind of held quiet to about 50. I'm going to look for him to have a big game.
And like Jordan said, going back to the defensive side of the ball, I still think that probably the biggest move so far this season has been moving Cooper Bemis to outside linebacker and Jacob Wright down up to safety. Yeah. I think that will be a big key because to see if they can stop Wren's offense from scoring as they've done in the past few weeks.
Yeah, and Chapin's home record is another thing to look at. They haven't lost much in the last few years, and that has a lot to do with their student section coming out and supporting them big. But let's go on to the other games in the region and around the area of Chapin. We got Irmo playing T.L. Hanna. Irmo at 4-7, TL Hanna on the flip side of that, 7-4.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I'm gonna have to take TL Hanna. Irmo's just not gonna. They're just not as talented as they should be. Mason Smith would have to have a career game to win.
I'm all for District 5, but you look at the matchup. TL Hanna will just overpower Irmo in this game.
Also, I'm going TL Hanna as well. Too many athletes.
Another look at District 5 here. We got Dutch Fork. They're 8-3 on the year, really stepping it up in the region play. And then Somerville at 4-7. What are you guys thinking for this one?
I will show D5 some love here, and I will say Dutch Fork wins this game pretty soundly. It won't be much of a competition if Dutch Fork plays like they're capable of. They've played some pretty good opponents and have been pretty strong towards the end of the season, especially. So I think Dutch Fork wins this game, no problem.
I'm going to look for Cole Douglas, a young starting quarterback, to have a pretty good game versus Somerville and get the win.
I'll also show the Silver Slot Foxes some love. I'm going to go Dutch Fork with this one pretty easily.
Alrighty, let's drop it down to 3A here. We got a big matchup, R&E and Chapin's region. They're playing, they're 6-5, and they're playing a very good South Point team who's only lost once on the year. What are we thinking for this one?
Well, I think that R&E might come out and surprise a few people. They've played very well in the year. They started off kind of shaky, but they've come out here and impressed a lot of people. I got R&E in this one.
I think R&E is going to have a strong game, but South Point, I think, is just going to wear them down. I'm going to go with South Point.
Yeah, well, I mean, R&E, they're a very good team despite their 6-5 record. Second in our region, their only region loss is to Chapin. Very good team, but I do think South Point will have the advantage in this game and should be favored.
All right, we got unbeaten Seneca versus 8-3 Chapman. What are we looking for here?
I'm not a fan of Seneca. They are the team that beat us in the first round of the playoffs last year. But I do have to give them credit. They're a very good football program. They've played strong all season, and I have Seneca in this game.
I'm going to go with Chapman. I think their big wide receivers are going to have a field day against Seneca.
I'm going to go not so fast, my friend. I'm going to go Seneca there very easily.
Alrighty, and we got a huge matchup here in the 4A. We got unbeaten Hartsville against a one-loss Airport team. This is going to be an incredible game, guys. What do you guys
It was kind of crazy because Airport having a very good year at 9-1, getting beaten in their region and getting moved to a 2 seed, which causes matchup to happen. Hartsville obviously undefeated. I mean, I got Hartsville pretty easily after Airport losing their starting quarterback early in the year.
I'm also going to have to go with Hartsville.
Airport's a good team. I'm sorry, but Hartsville wins this game.
All right, thank you for tuning in to Sports Report live from the studio. See you next week.